Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Lindsay and I bring you content on clean beauty and skincare. If you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you, and if you are already, thank you. Today's video is going to be my go-to everyday makeup look, so if you want to see how I got this look, then keep watching. Alright guys, let's get right into it. I already have my skincare on. If you want to know like how I prep my skin for makeup, definitely let me know. I think that would be a cool video to do. Prime my skin, I'm using the 100% Pure Mattifying Primer. I've really been loving this lately. It is a pricey primer, but I totally think it's worth it. And if you buy it off of Petit Vour, you get 20% back in rewards, which always makes me feel a little bit better about buying something expensive because at least you get a good coupon out of it. I'm just going to go ahead and spread this across my whole face. I usually focus it where I get the most oily and then smooth whatever's left outwards. This is a really nice mattifying primer, but it feels more of just like a really smoothing primer. And it's not like one of those tacky primers either. It just feels really smoothing, almost like it has silicone in it, but it doesn't, so that's awesome. Next for my foundation, another favorite is my Ilia True Skin Serum Foundation. I have the shade Tavaria, I don't know how to say it. It's SF2. This is the lighter shade with yellow undertones, I believe. If you guys saw, Ilia just came out with a new priming serum as well as a concealer, and I did pick up both of those to review for you guys, so stay tuned. That'll be out very soon. Really excited to try out both of those. I've heard the concealer is good. But anyway, I do have a full demo of this foundation as well if you're interested in all my thoughts, but I'm just going to go ahead and shake it up. And I usually just start with one pump. Sometimes one pump is too much, but I just start with that and see how it goes. You can apply this with a sponge or a brush. I feel like a sponge absorbs a lot of it, but I still like to use it because it just gives me a really nice finish. You can also blend it out with a brush and then go in with a sponge for the finish. I just go ahead and put that on my face. When I'm doing my everyday foundation, I don't really focus on getting a full coverage everywhere. I kind of just put a nice base to work off of, and then I know with concealer I can go back in and conceal anywhere else I need to, just so we don't end up with a cakey base. It just gives you a nice like evenness to the skin, and then for really like problem prone areas you can go in with a concealer afterwards. Now that our foundation is blended out, I'm going to do what I just talked about. I'm going to go in with the Pacifica Liquid Cover Full Coverage Lasting Concealer. Vegan, cruelty-free, affordable as well. I've really been loving this concealer. I like the shade of it as well. I have the shade, let's see, 20NF. So it's a neutral shade. I don't find that my skin is really cool toned or warm toned. I mean, if anything, warm toned looks better than cool toned. But if I wear cool tones, like it literally just looks so like off on my skin. So I usually stick to neutral or warmer tones. Even though I am pretty fair, my skin isn't naturally like really cool toned. I'm going to start under my eyes and blend out, and then I'm going to go in onto some blemishes after that. After my concealer, I like to immediately go in with a powder and set my under eyes before they crease. Also, if you wait too long and they do crease, you just go in with a blender and then set it. I'm using the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil Original. I really like this powder for under the eyes because it is more of a matte powder, but it doesn't make me look dry or cakey. I'm just going to grab a brush. Sometimes I'll use a mini beauty blender for under my eyes. I'm just going to use this pointed brush. To set the rest of my face, I'm going in with the Juice Beauty Phytopigments Flawless Finishing Powder. This is in the shade Translucent. This has a really nice light sheen to it, which is why I like to use it all over my face, but not necessarily under my eyes because it does accentuate fine lines a little bit. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush, and then this is what I use to set around my face. So if you guys like a more glowy, dewy look, but you don't like not having powder on, because I feel like I do like a glowy look, but I just like having the security of like setting my face so when I blend stuff on top it doesn't like pick up or look weird or get super oily throughout the day. So this powder is a good solution because it keeps your skin looking really natural, but it does also set you down so you won't be smudging and running and just becoming an oil slick throughout the day. Also, if you have dry skin, this powder would be great because, again, doesn't make you look too matte or crazy. Next, moving on to bronzer, I'm going to start with the Lily Lolo Sculpt and Glow Contour Duo, and we use the warmer brown shade as my bronzer. I'm going to take an angled brush. If you guys are ever wondering like what brushes I use, most of them are Luxie brushes. I really like them. I also like, for my eye brushes, the MOTD brushes. Both of them are vegan and cruelty-free and just really nice quality. I'm just going to dip into this and bronze myself up. I also like to go in with the Han Cosmetics Malibu bronzer. This is a lighter matte toned bronzer, and I don't really contour with this, but I kind of contour with it. I don't really know how to describe it, but I just kind of like do the hollows of my cheeks and just like another layer of bronzer tone, if that makes any sense. Hopefully you guys know what I'm saying, but I'm just gonna go in. I use this smaller, like more precise brush, and since this blends out so well, it's really nice to just like add a little bit more depth to the bronzer. And then also you could use that as a contour if you want. It's a pretty neutral tone, so I think it would work. I usually just go like, I don't contour my nose, but I just put some color on it just to make it look a little less like stark. Alright, our bronzer is done. Now for my blush, I'm using the Apricot Satin Matte Blush from Alima Pure. I have a full face of Alima Pure video on my channel. This is a really nice matte, really warm tone. It's almost like an orange blush, but I really like it on my skin tone. And I usually stick to warm tones for my everyday makeup look, so I think it works really well with like the eyeshadow and stuff that I use. So just like be very careful with this and just take a little bit. And I usually keep it towards the back of my face. I don't know, I just don't like putting it on my apples too much. But of course, just do whatever you like and whatever fits your face shape. For my highlight today, I'm using the Upgrade Highlighter from Pyt. This, if I can get it open. They sell these on Credo Beauty. They're really nice. I have like all 3 shades of them. This one's like the medium tone, more of a warm tone champagne. They also have a lighter one. I'm just going to go ahead and hit this on your typical highlight places, tops of the cheekbones. I usually don't do a ton on my nose. Usually just like this part of my nose, Cupid's bow. That was it for the base look. Really simple and fresh, easy to do. You can swap any of these out for cream products if you prefer, but I usually stick to powder. And then to set my face, this is like my favorite part, the Lily Lolo Makeup Mist. It just gives me a really nice, softly dewy finish, but it doesn't make you like really dewy where it like just looks oily. It also does make your makeup last longer, and it's only like, I think $18, which is pretty affordable for a setting mist. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a nice light spritz of this. I am going to go ahead and do my brows off camera because I feel like they take forever, and you've seen me do my brows before. I will put everything that I use in the description below, so I will be back with some brows on. Our brows are done, so let's move on to the eyes. I'm going to use the Han Cosmetics Malibu bronzer that I used on my face in my crease. This is a really easy trick. Use whatever bronzer you used on your face. You could also put it in your crease. Like you could use the Lily Lolo one I used or this one. Really just easy, like simple eye look, and it makes your look really cohesive. So let me go ahead and grab a blending brush here and we'll set a little crease color. I feel like this is like more makeup than everybody else's like everyday makeup look, but to me it's just like what I like to wear, and that's what I would say for you guys too. Just find out like what amount of makeup you like to wear out, then kind of just like play around, see what looks best on your eyes. I feel like it took me a while to actually like come up with something that I really like on myself. You could of course always play around as well, but this is just like my go-to look if I want something pretty easy and simple and fast and I know is just gonna like look good on me. So yeah, that's my little input about that. I'm actually going to take the blush I was using too, the orange one, and put that on my crease as well. It would be really pretty to warm up the whole eye look. I'm actually using the same blush shade again that I just put in my crease. I'm going to run it under my lower lash line. So after I blend out my crease, I like to go in with a matte light color. I usually use this matte white from the Organic Skin Co. Or if you have darker skin, just use like a more peachy tone, a lighter tone. I feel like white works on me because I am pretty fair, but if you're darker, it might like a little stark. But I just like to do a matte white, and I'll just put it right on my lid. I don't really like to do shimmeries. I usually don't do like a shimmer on my lid on the daily. I usually put it on the inner corners and the brow bone, which we will be doing. But I like this because it just opens up the eye. And if you went a little crazy with your crease color, it just like helps to fix it. So now if I do an inner corner highlight or a brow bone highlight, I usually use this Han Cosmetics Celebrate eyeshadow. This is new to me. They sent this over for me to try out. I have a few of their other eyeshadows, and this one's really gorgeous. I think you could use this as a highlight on your face as well. I don't know if you can see that. But I'm just going to take this and put it, like I said, on the inner corners and my brow bone. My next step is I like doing a shadow wing. I used to use like black eyeliner every day and do a wing just because I really like how it looks on my eye shape. But recently I've been taking like a dark or medium brown eyeshadow, and I just line it and then wing it out, and it still gives me that wing shape, but it's really nice and light, and I feel like it also brings out my eyes and is a little bit less dramatic than a black wing liner. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm actually, instead of a brown today, I'm going to be using this Beauty Counter palette. I think I'm going to go in with like this, it's a matte like really dark forest green, which is almost like a black basically. This is their romantic eyeshadow palette, by the way, but I'm just gonna go ahead and take that and smudge it out. And yeah, let me go ahead and grab a little angled brush. Our final step is mascara, of course. I really like how the dark green liner came out. It's almost like a blue, which I think pairs really nicely with the orange and also my eye color. For my mascara, I'm using the Pacifica Stellar Gaze Length and Strength Mineral Mascara. I really love their Dream Big mascara, and I'm currently testing this one out that I got in a Petit Vour box. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this, and I will be right back. So I did my mascara. I did add a little bit of the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions mascara. This isn't the cleanest mascara out there, but it is vegan and cruelty free, and I really like how lengthening it is. Like, it's crazy. It makes my lashes so long. So if you guys like ever see a picture of me on Instagram or here on YouTube and my lashes look super long, unless I said I use a different mascara, it's almost always this mascara. I like to layer this if I feel like a mascara isn't giving me enough like length or separation. Yeah, anyway, this is a wonderful mascara, and it's a great one to have on hand. Last step is going to be lips. I'm using the Cloven Hollow lip cream in the shade Desert Rose. This is the perfect everyday color if you guys don't like a matte lip or just have really dry lips in general like me. Super cold out, my lips just get like crusty so easily. This one is perfect. Hold on, let me put it on. It's so cream and hydrating, and when it wears off, it doesn't leave your lips like looking weird. And it's just so beautiful. And it's the perfect shade. I also really love layering their Angelic lip glaze, I think it's called. Yeah, the lip gloss over top of this. Just a really nice duo. Alright guys, that was it for our everyday makeup look. Let me go ahead and fix my hair, and I will be right back. That was it for today's look. I hope you guys enjoyed this everyday makeup tutorial. If you did, don't forget to give me a like and a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would love for you to join me. And also don't forget to turn on your post notifications for my channel so you never miss a video that I put out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.